Hello everyone, today we'll be talking about memory. So let's start talk about this memory. So if we come first at definition, so what is the definition? It is defined as the storage of information. Okay, let me just remove it. Storage of information. And now it's one point. Now the information of what? Of earlier learning objects, or we can say learning or learned things that can be retrieved later, right? So what is memory? Now here we have to understand one thing, that it is a form of storage that stores the visual, verbal or spatial learnings, understandings into consolidation form or into physical connections. So actually the learning is about synaptic connections. Now we have many things here. So if we go after systematically, then it comes like that. Learning, first we will separate, classify it into different forms, and then we will try to integrate among them. So in one form, memory can be classified into two forms. One is short term, another is long term. So as the name suggests, this is for short duration, this is for long duration, but the actual thing is it can be of days, minutes, seconds. That is, it destroys if not converted to the others form, that is long term, of memory after some time. Okay, whereas the long term memory lasts for long, and this can be of months, weeks, years, or even the whole life. So this is a type of classification of memory. Now comes to the another important types of classification, that is implicit, explicit type of memory. So let's come first explicit. So what is this? It is memory of known things that can be retrieved by experience or consciousness. And what is implicit memory? It is a memory of habit. What it tells about? It tells about the various movements we do, or the skills. Here one is the skills. So if we dissociate this implicit memory, we will find these are of two types. One is verbal and other is visuospatial. Or we can do another thing. Now let's first talk about some other types of classification. So in this can be divided into so many types. Number one, priming. Number 2, skill and habit. Number 3, associative. And number 4, non-associative. So let's come one by one. So priming is like adding on learning information to the previous one learned information. Like we can add, we are reading up books, then we can learn it. When we again learn the book, when we again learn the topic, read the topic, then what we do, we just link the thing to the previous one for a better understanding. So this is one form of priming. Skill and habit is self-explanatory. Associative learning, it is like conditioning, as in the in of Pavlov's theory. As said in the Pavlov theory, it is like a conditioning. So because we learn, we just what do we do? We just associate a thing with another thing for better memory. And what is non-associative? It is of yeah, it is of reflex. It is conditioning. It is self-explanatory, and this is also I have said. And now, not explicit memory. It has some stages, or you can say some types. That is number 1, encoding. What is it? It is just like priming. Priming occurs in case of implicit memory, and explicit memory we say it encoding. That is in term when we learn a thing, we make synapses. We make synapses with a known thing. Next, what we have? We have storage. We make physical synapses, so this takes some space in our brain. And this type of storage, and this can be of two types. One is for short term, one is for long term. Here one thing is that for long term we have infinite storage. We can make as many synapses as we want, but in short term we have limited storage. Now third is consolidation, and fourth is retrieval. So we can say these are the phases of the explicit memory, and these are the types. Okay, that's implicit and explicit memory. Now we will talk about a special type of memory, which is working memory. So it is a form of short-term memory. So what it is that memory which can be compared with RAM, random access memory. That is which is needed to do our daily basis works. Like if we have to say utter a word, then we have to think about it. We have to use our sequence of the words, sequence of the things, syllables after that. So these things are stored in our brain, and they are retrieved, and after processing them we can speak. So all these are done by the memory. So it is destroyed as soon as the work is done. So now here we can classify this type of memory into two. One is verbal, another is physiospatial. So what is verbal? It is that memory which we speak, or we can say it is related to speak or speech, and it is stored mainly in the it has two parts. One is the storage part, and another is rehearsal part. So for storage part, it is stored in the parietal cortex, and when we rehearse it, that is we speak about it, we just use Broca's area. So it has two parts, that is storage and a rehearsal. So it's posterior parietal, and for it we use Broca's area, that is area 44-45. So now about visuospatial. So what is visuospatial? It is first the visio. So this is our visual information that we retrieve that we understand, and spatial, so it is like our proprioceptive some function, that is why we are present in the space. So this information obviously for visual, the information are stored in the occipital cortex, and the spatial information also the spatial information also is stored in different areas of the brain. So it also has the same two functions, that is storage and rehearsal. And the there are the respective areas will be stored area will be area 18, area 17, 18, 19, posterior occipital area, and here for rehearsal we will have the temporal occipital areas. Okay, so this is about working memory. Now we will come about the physiological basis of